Oh. Hello.
Oh.
Don't look over here. I just want to have the chat over here.
A little delay, but it's fine.
Yeah, we just won't look at that.
Can you hide us? Just kidding.
Yeah, probably, but what am I doing? Oh, going to the TikTok. Hello, this is Smut Swap live.
Yes, we're here.
We're 15 minutes early because we like to just allow for time.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. Whenever you're ready. We're going to go on the TikTok too. And I'm going to monitor the chat over here. Okay. I don't want to watch. It says watch nonstop Roblox action. I don't want to watch Roblox action.
We'll see if this is in frame when you...
Oh, when I sit back, I'm sure it's fine. You have to try. How'd you figure that out? We're hanging on. We're hanging on by a lot of hope over here. Oh, jeez.
And we're live on the Tiki Tac.
On the Tiki Tac.
And,
If I'm blowing out the Twitch's eardrums, I'm so sorry.
oh yeah.
Right now, TikTok, we're just chitting and chatting while we wait for...
Shitting.
We're just chitting.
Not shitting, but
While we
shitting.
wait for it to be 2 o'clock.
Your sister's already in here.
Hello, Carissa. Hello, Rico Pickens.
Wow. No pressure. No pressure to be great.
Wow, he says this is a great live. Thanks. Stop it. He said before he left here that he was going to just spam us. Thanks. I got the notification and said, don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do.
Well, welcome. And it looks like there are 2 people on Twitch. So
Wow.
hello, people on Twitch. I am typing in the chat.
Okay. We'll be getting started here in 13 minutes. Why am I nervous?
Wait, why are you nervous?
I don't know. Because it's me.
We do this like all the time.
I know. But now 2 people we know are watching, not just your sister.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous, dude. Chill out, bro. Bruh.
Wow, thanks. Thanks.
I'm fine now.
So we are going to go start the chat in 13 minutes about the book, which is The Right Move by Liz Tomforde.
Yes. I don't know if anybody else is in here.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
So what's new? How's everybody doing?
My hands hurt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
That crochet took a lot out of me.
That's a lot.
I'm going to have to be like those, have you seen those ladies who, well, you probably don't have a lot of crochet on your,
I do
on
not.
your feet. But
I have no crocheting at all except for
I've
yours.
seen these ladies that like put on these gloves for like arthritis. I'm going to have to get
Oh
those.
my gosh.
I'm only 35.
Dang. Old enough.
Okay. And then I should be able to share the chat now too. I don't know anything about Twitch. This is how we do it. And then it might pop up over here. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how any of this works.
Do we have to do all this?
I don't know. Hopefully. Oh, yep. I don't remember what the password is. Just kidding. We're not going to do that.
So your sister said, I'm with Anna, and I told her I was watching Aunt Brittany, and she said, that is not my mom, Brittany.
You're right, Teet. It's not your mom. It's your aunt. Hey, Rico Pickens, I just want to let you know that you left your coffee cup in here.
It's kind of rude.
It is rude. Silence. Okay.
Like we thought.
He has nothing to say. There's no rebuttal. Just like a man.
Not yet.
My bad, bro. Wow.
Here's a gift. What a sweetie.
I'm nervous too because this time on Twitch we have 2 people watching. I bet you one of them's Tony. Tony.
Leave a comment if you're
Leave
on
a comment if you're Tony.
I love watching the delay on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, over here. It's really funny. Yes, I have a sister and she's in here. You knew this though.
He doesn't retain.
No.
What'd he say?
He said, is she single? No, she's not single.
Yo. Hey, yo. Is she single? That's my impression of.
And she says, what the helly? Leave her alone. She's just a baby.
Love connections with Smut Swap.
Yeah. Another gift for you. My goodness.
If you're watching on Twitch, leave us a comment. Let us know
Yeah.
who you are.
We need to know who you are. Tell us.
Please and thank you.
Right now.
Okay. Did we get live too early?
Yeah, possibly. But like, I was just antsy.
That's fine.
We only have like a few more minutes.
That's fine.
A few more minutes. Oh, do you guys remember a long time ago when I read Forget Your I can't talk. When
Forget
I read
Your Morals?
When I read Forget Your Morals.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I have a Whiskey Joe's shirt. This is my Whiskey Joe's shirt.
Okay. I forget what that book was about, but it's fine.
It was the cousins.
Oh, the cousin love.
The cousin love. The cousins who get married.
How could we forget?
Yeah, how could you forget? With the glory holes.
Oh. Were there glory holes?
Yes. Man and woman glory holes.
Oh, that's one.
You remember I showed you the picture that was in the book.
I started mixing it up with the spider one.
Oh, those were siblings.
Those were siblings.
Yes.
Sibling love.
Everyone's adopted. Don't worry. Got hair everywhere.
It's fine. I can't tell how many people are here.
So Carissa, are you at mom and dad's house or are you at our brother's house? What are you doing? Why are you hanging out with Anna?
I don't know if she's in here still. Finger is killing
because all the hearts are him. She's at my brother's house watching them. Oh, yeah, because my brother's birthday's tomorrow.
Aw. Mm-hmm. How old?
29. 29.
I love it. All day.
All day, son. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to start soon, promise. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Tell me, Twitch, is it the advertising that I did everywhere
29?
that brought you here, or do we know you in real life?
Tony's like, I refuse.
Tony's like, I'm not going to be.
Have you muted. I'm just here in moral support.
It's Tony, or it's Melody, who is encroaching on #1 fan territory.
Ooh. Watch out.
Watch out, Tony. You're not Tony. Shut up. Oh, tell sis that I miss her too. Do you see what he said?
What did he say?
Rico Pickens said, I am Tony. I'm short and old. And then my sister said that one of my nieces said she misses me.
Okay.
Yeah. Until we're actually starting.
We're spinning.
Oh, it's only over there. We're fine over here.
Okay.
And if it's not, oh well. I felt like last time I was able to pop this out.
Yeah, last time we weren't watching ourselves on this one. It's fine.
I'll figure it out, maybe. Oh, this way. This is how we did it.
There we are.
There we go. Now we don't have to look at ourselves over here.
God.
Oh, thank God. There's so many screens of us.
Visions of us.
Yeah, so if you listen to me, I changed the time and said that it was going to be at 2 because Kelly's stepson had a hockey game, which they won, by the way. And it was important. It wasn't just a normal hockey game. It was a playoff hockey game. So she couldn't miss that. So here we are.
They won.
Late.
6-4. Thought they were going to lose.
Oh.
They scored like 3 right in the beginning, and then we had nothing.
Wow.
And they came back. It was a good time.
I'm assuming he didn't score because you didn't tell me that he scored.
Did not.
It was really exciting when he scored that one
I feel
time.
like he barely played today.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then yesterday he got injured, and he was on concussion watch. So he only played like 1 shift.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was interesting. We can pin a comment, it says.
Wow. What are you going to pin? The Ballad of John and Yoko? It's crazy that we have 3,000 likes because I know that it's all you.
Just type hitting the heart.
He's just...
Thanks for all the love.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Hey,
you.
Samantha.
Aw.
Oh, she said it's me too. Aw.
I love it.
Yeah, we know that you're a supporter in real life too at the subway that we work at together. Hey, Samantha, I'm going to mail a package to you like tomorrow or Tuesday.
Sometime.
Sometime.
This week. No guarantees on the
Yeah. Stop this. Golly.
Ignore him, Samantha. We know him in real life, okay? Ignore him.
Yeah, he just... I don't know why there's a man in here, but we appreciate his support.
Sorry.
Yes, Carissa. Samantha is the author that I was telling you about.
Yo, she's single.
Oh my gosh.
He's like a troll, but in a good way.
Yeah. I know that you were having a lot going on. I saw your one video about your child being sick and then
Wasn't she sick too?
Pipes bursting and you were sick and then your kid was sick again. So no worries. We understand.
She's happily married, Rico. Sorry.
He's ridiculous. All right,
That's so funny.
We got like 1 minute and then we'll start.
Yes.
Remind me to tell you about the window when we go offline.
This window?
Yes.
Was it opened?
No.
Okay. I thought it was open. I could hear the wind.
It's not open, but there is something alarming.
Oh. Okay. You don't want to share with the team here?
I don't. So, no, we have not read off campus. Kelly, I think, was planning on reading Heated Rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
For the podcast. So
is that by the same author?
No. But it's still hockey.
Okay.
You ask me that, like, you ask me all the time if I've read things, so I don't remember my answer, like, ever. The answer is often no.
And I have no memory, so I will forget every author.
Aw, you're so nice. We're gonna start.
Aw.
For real.
For real this time.
For real this time.
How many do we have on Twitch?
Just one.
Oh, we scared somebody off.
Just the one. They're sick of us.
So sorry about that. It's fine.
All right, you want to kick us off?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Smut Swap Live with Brittany and Kelly.
And Kelly.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a book club on Fable. You can join it. It's called the Smut Clurb. And this is the episode where we've both read the book. And we will be talking you through chapter by chapter what happens in The Right Move by Liz Tomforde.
Yes, which is book 2 of the Windy Cities series. We already went through book 1, obviously.
Yep.
We may skip book 3. Well, not skip, but delay it because I think the 3rd book and the Lights Out.
Yes, Game On comes out soon, and we're going to obviously read that because we have read the other 2 books. So we are going to skip next month with Windy City and go with Game On, and then we'll come back to Windy City after Game On.
Pick up where we left off.
Yeah. We like to put some space between them just to keep it fresh.
Yes.
Anyway, who you want to tell what we're reading? So I don't know what I'm saying.
Second time. We're confused. It's fine.
Yeah.
We normally start off with what we're reading right now.
So chat, tell us what you're reading.
Yeah, let us know. I currently am listening to There's Always This Year on Basketball and a Session. It is by Hanif Abarakib, I think is how you pronounce the name. I'm also reading The Fake Boyfriend Fiasco by Talia Hibbert. And then I also started Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is a little sci-fi, like, what do you call those games, like Halo and first person?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't play video games.
You probably know.
Rico, tell us.
But it's almost like a video game type thing, and it's by Matt Dinneman, and that one's hilarious and interesting so far.
Okay. So I am still reading Immortal Dark. It's taking me a long time. I don't know why. I think it's because I read before bed and then I just get tired and start to fall asleep. And I'm like, okay, put it up. And I'm also reading Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm listening to that actually by Casey McQuiston. And then tonight I am starting 107 Days by Kamala Harris because I promised my therapist that I would stop reading on my e-reader before bed so that I can actually get to sleep like well. I'm coming off of my medications, and so I've completely stopped taking the medication that helps me sleep, and so we have to figure out how to fall asleep and stay asleep without aid. So yeah, that's all that I'm reading.
Anybody else comment? I can't see.
Carissa said that she's reading, or she just finished reading The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy.
Are you guys ready for some smut?
Yeah, there you go, Rico. Yeah, great. Are you reading anything, Rico?
He's like, no,
Silent.
I'm only reading the Super Bowl Sunday later on.
Yeah.
Stats.
Yeah, okay, what are you reading? Tell us. Twitch, are you reading anything?
I keep making weird noises.
She's burbling. It's okay.
I'm burbling. Chest farting over here.
Malcolm X
Auto.
Okay.
Autobiography.
I got you.
And then author Samantha, anything from you?
I don't know.
Is she still there?
I don't know.
It's fine.
It's fine. Anyway, we're going to jump in to The Right Move.
Yes.
Are you going to do chapter 1 or you want me to?
I don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's all you.
All right. So chapter 1 from The Right Move. We start out from Ryan Shay's perspective. He is the newly selected captain of the Chicago Devils basketball team. And as such, he's decided that practice must run an hour past its scheduled time if they're going to have a chance at winning a ring this season. He finally agrees to let the team leave and uses an intern to rebound for him while he practices his free throw until his sister enters the close to the public practice to tell him practice was supposed to end 2 hours ago. She walks in, she's like, what the fuck?
And his
What are
sister
we doing?
is, of course, Stevie
From book one.
from book one.
So the intern is dismissed, and Stevie starts her pitch to convince Ryan to let Indy, who is Stevie's best friend, newly single, move in with him. He doesn't want to agree, but gives in relatively easily because Stevie is his best friend, and she drives a hard bargain, i.e. hits him where it hurts by reminding him that he's kind of the reason she's had a hard time making true friends her whole life. He ends up agreeing, and Stevie agrees to rebound extra shots for him, and then we cut over to Indy,
in which Stevie is spending the first part of this chapter convincing her bestie to stay in Chicago. Specifically, she wants her to stay with Ryan. She also demands daily updates, so Indy texts her the first daily update where she insinuates she will climb Ryan Shay like a freaking tree if left alone with him because he is the hottest man Indy has ever encountered. Ultimately, she agrees that she shouldn't let her shitty ex run her out of her city and decides to stay in Chicago. We learn through Indy that Ryan is an organized freak, that is a robot, albeit a hot robot. She tries to soften him toward her via offers of getting to know each other, which he is very swiftly rejecting. He's not into it. He tells her that he's simply letting her stay with him to fulfill his brotherly duty. And I also put, it should be noted that Indy has completely trashed his living room with her stuff and is busy snooping and not organizing when Ryan comes home looking like a tall drink of water.
Tall drink of water.
So she's just sitting in his living room, surrounded by all of her stuff in his normally organized apartment. And he's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. And he's
Why?
clean freak extraordinaire.
Yeah.
And very minimal. So when she comes in with all of her baggage,
Literally.
he's like, excuse me.
Oh, what's happening?
This is my place. So Ryan has rehearsed what he wanted to say to Indy when he got home, but clearly "I'll have a spare key made for you" was too hard to say. He told himself that his team amped up how stunning she was, but is so taken by her beauty when he sees her that all thoughts fly from his mind. He goes to his room and he hears her crying, which leads to them having an argument about feelings. He finally tells her he will have a key made for her, once again calling her Indiana. She throws a shoe at his door after they part ways. He calls her messy and colorful when he sees the state of her room. Clothes are strewn about to the point that she can't even close her door.
Indy wakes up the next morning to the smell of coffee and bacon and immediately texts Stevie the first true daily update where she tells Stevie that they're getting along like water and oil. Stevie replies with, "Good. Maybe this will prevent you from sleeping with each other." She emerges from her hellscape that is her bedroom, and Ryan passes her a cup of coffee with the plate loaded up with food. She eats everything but the bacon and doesn't drink the coffee, and Ryan's like, "What are we doing here?"
He's picking up on some details here.
Yeah. She tells him she's just like other girls and will drink an iced coffee when it's negative 58 degrees in Chicago, and that she's not eating the bacon because she's vegetarian. So, like any true man, he eats her bacon and then he passes her milk for her coffee. Over breakfast, they discuss her failed relationship, and Ryan indicates that he knows better than anyone how Indy feels about her man cheating on her. We discover that Indy's name is not actually Indiana, and it is, in fact, Indigo. So, to her chagrin, Ryan decides that he's going to call her Blue. Talk then moves on to their lease and how much Indy can afford to pay for rent. This is where we learn that Indy is saving money to have her eggs frozen. The deal is she's going to pay Ryan $500 a month and save $500, and she will not have overnight guests. This prompts her to ask him about him having overnight guests, and he asks her if she wants to know where he fucks. She's aghast, and her nips are pointing directly at him, which he, of course, notices, as she vehemently denies being interested in his sex life.
Yeah, in this scene, I think she's in, some little booty shorts and is braless wearing this, smiley face shirt, and her nips line right up with where the eyes are.
Yep.
So as soon as he starts talking about wanting to see where he fucks,
Yeah.
her nipples are like, bing! And he's like,
Oh, okay, got you.
You're interested. I got it.
They do end up in agreement with the lease and rules, and he takes a coffee, retreats to his room, telling her that he has to go and get ready for practice.
All right, so chapter 5. Indy is out with the hockey boys. They're out of town somewhere for a game, talking about her living situation. Rio tried desperately. Rio is a guy from the last book. He's a little bit younger. I want to say early 20s. And he's obsessed with Indy. He tried to talk her into moving in with him, but she was like, no. I don't want to.
Hard pass.
I don't want to jeopardize our friendship.
Rio's house is the party house of the hockey team. So she's like, I don't want to jeopardize our friendship, but also...
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
So we have Madison and Rio, and they are discussing Ryan and how well known he is, hence the need for privacy. Apparently, he makes double Z and Madison's salary combined, so he's a big deal. When Indy returns from her work trip, she stops by her favorite coffee shop because she's already landed later than expected, and she wants to buy herself, the doorman, and Ryan a coffee. While she's there, she runs into her old childhood friends who are out bridesmaids dress shopping. Indy has a real awful chat with these women, and like Brittany said in her notes, like we both refuse to accept that these are her real friends because they're out looking for dresses, and Indy wasn't even notified of this event. I think they just assumed she'd be out of town and didn't even ask her to attend. They also insinuate that she needs to just get over Alex cheating on her and accept him back. It was just one minor mistake.
Just a minor mistake. She didn't catch her man in bed with another woman while she was coming home early from a flight. Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Totally normal.
So she takes a save to date from the friend, Maggie, and leaves the shop. She has a mini breakdown on her 2-block walk home to her apartment. When she gets there, she befriends David the doorman by giving him a latte and then makes her way up to Ryan's apartment. He's in the hallway, so they end up just passing. She gives him a coffee, and he tells her that the key is under the mat and that he's heading to practice. Then a flight to Milwaukee for a game. Why are we flying from Chicago to Milwaukee again? She has a package waiting for her from Amazon. She bought herself an air mattress, but when she enters her room, she finds a beautiful bed with brand new bedding waiting for her. And when she's walking in, she sees like that somebody has made a walkway through her disheveledness.
All of her shit.
And then she finds the bed. It was super sweet. So not only did Ryan buy her a bed, he bought her sheets in her favorite color, lavender. And they have a cute little text exchange about the bed, and she tells us she isn't going to pretend that this multimillionaire athlete shouldn't have bought her this because it's too much, but she is going to express her gratitude. So she is going to accept it.
Yeah, she's not going to be like, no. She's not going to pretend to be like, no, please don't. I can't accept this. This man has so much money, and he literally does not spend it. So Ryan and his teammates are chatting it up after practice, talking about inconsequential things like going out and being a hoe and children's dance recitals, the range that this team has. And this is when the general manager interrupts, telling Ethan that he and his wife look forward to seeing Ethan and his wife at dinner later in the week. Ryan seems shocked that this has been a recurring thing with the GM and the previous captain of the team and mentions such. Ethan tells Ryan that the way to the GM's heart is through his wife, so he just needs to find a woman to settle in with to introduce to the GM's wife, and it'll be smooth sailing from there. The GM then calls Ryan over to prep him for a pre-game interview about him taking over as captain of the Devils, and explains that it's not that he doesn't like Ryan, it's that he doesn't think that Ryan's cut out to lead the team. His reasoning is that Ryan acts as a lone wolf and is not approachable.
And he has a stick up his ass.
And he does have a stick up his ass.
Not literally.
Not literally. Like, and not code word stick, okay? It's not homoerotic.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're good. He tells Ryan that he anticipated that he would meet a woman and start to shift like Ethan did when he first met his wife. That's when Ryan decides to tell the GM that he has a girlfriend who he can meet right now because Indy has just walked in to this practice to tell Ryan that her key didn't work. So while he was chatting with the GM, Indy was keeping herself entertained with her phone. And that's when he calls Indy over and he's like, see, my girlfriend. She tells him that he needs to set the record straight once they're alone, but he tells her that it seems like the guy who bought her the luxurious bed is owed a favor of one fake girlfriend.
So he leaves for Milwaukee. Once he returns home early in the morning, it's so early that he is certain Indy is sleeping. When he sees what Indy has done to his home, he starts yelling for her. He is aghast. There's throw pillows on his sofa, a lavender throw blanket, brightly colored curtains, and perhaps most horribly, she has reorganized his bookshelf by color and added her own books to the mix. So we're talking like not romantic, but fantasy, like
Morning Glory Milking Farm next to his finance books.
This nonfiction ick. So they end up chatting. Like, he really wants to yell at her, but as soon as he sees her, he really mellows out a bit. So they end up talking about the fake relationship and how he assuredly did not sort it out with his GM. He's like, no, we got to keep this going.
We're moving forward with this.
They then come up with a plan to independently womanify. I don't know what you're saying here. It's fine.
So he said independent.
Okay.
Womanify indie.
Got it.
So he's going to turn her into an independent woman.
And turn Ryan into a book boyfriend. Because if they're going to fake date, they both need to get something out of it. Ryan will get in with his GM, and Indy will get to rub it in her ex and friends' faces that she's with NBA's most eligible player. They make lists for each other to learn from, and she tells Ryan that she hopes he changes his mind about being single forever because the woman he chooses will be lucky. He briefly wonders what she means, assuming it's about his money. When he sees her face, he realizes that she meant as a normal man. And I really like this chapter because at one point she was like talking about him darkening his eyes and growling and being jealous if she's with another man. It was really
like,
funny.
He was like, I don't know what you mean, darken my eyes. What? Literally same. I don't know what that means still.
I don't either.
Indy decides to watch the Devils game because the Raptors don't play until late on the West Coast and the Devils are in Boston, so she has plenty of time to catch the game. She ends up only watching Ryan and after a few minutes finds herself getting supremely turned on. She's remembering feeling his stick during a hug that they shared a couple chapters ago, and I'm sure I didn't mention it because I suck at taking notes. So she decides
This book's also long.
I know.
This book's really long.
Yeah. So she decides that she's going to till her bits while thinking about her roommates. No one's going to know.
No, how would they know?
How will they know? Just as she's about to hit her climax, she gets a vision of her ex and his side piece. It's been the same vision for the last 7 months. She watches as her ex makes his side woman orgasm, which chases away any feelings of horniness she may have been feeling before. So to say that our girl is extremely sexually frustrated would be a complete understatement.
Yes, and just to remind you all, a few months back, she walked in on Alex real deep and another woman.
Yeah.
And both of them climaxing while she just stood and watched.
Yep.
So, a little PTSD. Later on, Indy is in her room getting ready and blaring music. When she comes out, Ryan is starstruck. He tells her he thinks she looks lovely, pointing out her makeup specifically. She tells him it's odd to point this out, and he just tells her she spent time on it and clearly likes it, so he does too. He's not like other guys who prefers the all-natural look. They arrive at the fall ball, and Ryan has some nerves to the point where he tells the driver to take them home, but Indy tells him that she needs to be a social butterfly, and social butterfly she does.
So I want to jump in. It's not actually called the fall ball. It's like a gala, but I could not remember what it was called. For the
When you
life
put
of
it
me,
there,
so
I was like, oh.
fall ball. It's a fall ball.
There's a ball that takes place in the fall, all right?
Oh my
It's a party. While at the fall ball, we meet Kai Rhodes, who's a pro baseball player, who tells Indy his 8-month-old son Max is in need of a mom, but quickly retreats, like he's trying to hit on her a little bit, but then he looks over and sees Ryan like darkening his eyes at him, so he decides to back away. Because Ryan kind of stakes his claim without actually staking his claim. They end up leaving the event with an invite to dinner with the GM and his wife, and with marching orders for Ryan to plan a team dinner from the former captain.
She ends up dancing with Rio, because of course she does, while Ryan watches with jealousy from the sidelines. Hilariously, everyone seems to know about the pair fake dating, because Rio's like, hey, so I heard that you're fake dating my idol. What's that like?
I'm his biggest fan.
Literally, Literally, Rio is Ryan's biggest fan. It's really funny. When she realizes Ryan is feeling jealous, she approaches him and they have a very serious chat about Rio and how he didn't know she was involved with someone. She's like, who, him? Absolutely not. Ew. No.
He's like my bro.
Literally. They also talk about her minimizing herself to appease men who suffer from severe inferiority when near her, including her ex. She almost cries because Indy almost always is almost crying, okay? But he tells her that she's not to shed one more tear for her ex. Also of note, he tells her that he's enjoying himself at this work event and he doesn't want to leave until she's ready. Indy also got into Dartmouth, but she didn't go because her ex-boyfriend was like, I don't want to do long distance, so no, you can't go to Dartmouth if you want to stay with me. And she was like, okay, well, this is the man I'm going to marry, so I guess I'm not going to Dartmouth.
I guess I'll be a good girl and listen.
And listen to my man. She's a super smart lady.
Yes. All right, when Ryan enters the apartment after practice later on in the week, he finds Indy still in pajamas, video chatting with her parents. Her father is deaf, so Indy is signing the whole time. She also translates for Ryan, who jumps into the conversation. Her dad asks if she's being a pain in the ass, and Ryan tells him she definitely is, and then offers tickets to a game next time the team is in Florida, which is where the parents are located. And this is when we learn the dad is a fan. They close out the call with Ryan learning Indy and her mom's sign names, which is something deaf people do. They'll give people that they respect and are in their life a lot a sign just for them. Ryan expresses interest in learning sign language, and Indy tells him that she could help teach him. Then they go to the kitchen for breakfast, where Indy finds a cup of coffee that Ryan made her and placed to cool in the fridge and vegetarian bacon. She's confused and definitely romanticizing this because why wouldn't you? And Ryan tells us that he actually wants Indy to be in his apartment now. He's liking her presence.
He's enjoying having her around in all of her chaos. Ryan plays his worst game of basketball to date after Indy tells him that she'll be Ubering people around for the night. He's feeling very protective and spends the whole game worried for her. He's like, you can't do that. What about drunk people? You can't drive drunk people around Chicago. What if they're men?
You're a beautiful woman.
You're a beautiful woman. You can't be Ubering people. And she's like, I just need to save money. Damn, hop off my ass.
My eggs, come on.
My eggs. They're not going to freeze themselves. Z shows up after the game to tell him that he went to Nashville to speak with Stevie and Ryan's father, and then he gets down on one knee to ask Ryan to be his brother-in-law, and Ryan tears up because of course he does. He goes home with Z telling him he's so fucked and doesn't even realize it and tries calling Indy. He even enlists V's help to find out where Indy is because she's not at home. She gets home at 2:57 a.m. and he is in the living room waiting for her.
Wide awake.
She ends up giving his shooting shoulder a massage and they damn near kiss.
Ryan he's leaning onto her on the couch and her legs are wrapped around him. Like, get a room.
It's just them. I know. Ryan tells us that he wouldn't be able to stop if they were to start kissing, so he wouldn't be able to stop it at just a kiss.
Pound Town.
That's
what Ryan wants. All right. So somehow Ryan and Indy are convinced to go glamping with the GM and his wife. It's an hour outside of the city, and Ethan and his wife will be there too. Ethan is, I guess, the prior team captain. Still on the team, though. They ride in Ryan's car to the site. Once there, they scamper off to their cabin with Indy reaching out to hold Ryan's hand, because she has to, pretend to be the fake girlfriend. In the cabin, there's only one bed.
Oh, no. Mark it off your bingo cards, ladies and Rico.
Ryan offers to sleep on the floor, and Indy tells him not to be ridiculous. He says they should leave the cabin before everyone assumes they're fucking, because they're kind of hanging out and chit-chatting for a bit. She tells him they would know because she's not exactly quiet. And this gives Ryan a hard-on, and he's like, all right, you got to go out so I can take care of this or tuck it into my waistband. Carry on.
So once she gets outside, Indy immediately texts V. She immediately texts V. She's like, I saw the outline of your brother's wiener. And I want to jump his bones, but she won't because she's a good friend.
She's a good girl.
V responds that she wishes Indy didn't have Wi-Fi, so she never had to read those words. Ron, that's the GM, tells the group that he's made burgers and hopes everyone is okay with that. Indy agrees, despite being a vegetarian, but fear not, because Ryan, our knight in shining armor, has brought her vegetarian substitutes.
He's like, no, my wife will have no beef in her mouth. Only my sausage. Okay. Sorry.
She's not sorry.
Spoiler. No.
So Annie, who's Ethan's wife, quietly points out that her real husband is less astute than Indy's fake boyfriend. So literally everyone knows that they're faking it, including Annie and Ethan. During this camping outing, Ryan does make a slip by talking about basketball, but Indy saves his ass by telling the group that she's never seen Ryan play live. And that's when Caroline, the general manager's wife, tells her that she has to take her seats for the next game. The GM obviously sits courtside, so she's like, you have to take my seats. Go sit courtside to watch your mans play. Ryan quietly thanks Indy for saving him, and then the pair share a s'more, complete with Ryan licking marshmallow off Indy's finger.
Ooh, scandal. I think she's sitting on his lap at this point. You might have said that.
I don't think that I did.
All right. So it's bedtime in the cabin, and Ryan is moving the canvas that covers the ceiling to open the roof for stargazing. Indy emerges from the bathroom and nothing but a towel, noting how stunning the view is. Wow. Ryan is quick to agree, but he's not looking at the stars.
Oh.
He's looking at Indy. He immediately puts his head down when she looks at him and starts walking to the bathroom. And they have this meet that happens in all the movies where they run into each other and knocks the towel off of her. So she's standing fully naked in front of him with her nips pressed against his chest.
Those pesky nips always coming out.
And of course, he's getting turned on. He decides to take a shower, and we're privy to a full masturbation scene, complete with visuals and dialogue inside Ryan's head. He also uses Indy's body wash to tittle himself as he pictures them in his mind. When he comes out of the shower, Indy asks him how his shower was, and then they end up laying in bed and talking about secrets. Indy finds out that Ryan doesn't date because the last woman he dated attempted to get pregnant to collect child support from him, and Ryan learns that Indy is saving money to freeze her eggs. We conclude this chapter with Indy asking Ryan why he smells like coconut, which is the scent of her body wash.
Yes, and he, of course, can't tell her, I was jerking it with your body wash.
Jerking my stick.
So anyway, it's now game time where Indy's going to be sitting courtside. Stevie and Xanders are with her. It's a really intense game with Ryan never breaking focus. His college rival is playing for the opposing team and has been shit-talking the entire time. But Ryan doesn't break until the rival practically falls into Indy's lap. He knocks her drink all over her, and then he runs his fingers across her cheek. And that's when Ryan gets a technical foul for losing his ever-loving shit on this man. The game... Also, Ryan is always getting technical fouls. It's pointed out a lot in this book, and I'm like, why? Is it because he's... Yeah. Is it because he's black? I
don't know anything about basketball.
I don't know anything about...
But then... he gets fouled, but then when people will be fouling him, but it won't be called by the refs.
Yeah, so I don't know why exactly. If it's just because he's the Ryan Shay, and I don't know. The game ends. The gang's outside waiting for Ryan when Alex approaches Indy. She's currently standing alone because Stevie and Z are off entertaining his fans.
Alex has been holding a stakeout, waiting for her.
Yeah. Alex tells her that he wanted to give her a heads up that he'll be utilizing his +1 for the wedding. Ryan exits the arena shortly thereafter and sees her floundering with Alex, so he charges up to her and kisses her. And then he asks Alex how he knows his girlfriend before autographing jerseys and settling his woman in his car. She asks what that was, and he tells her he was just saving her ass so they'd be evens since she saved him at the fall gala, banquet, whatever we want to call it. Yeah. Also, not Ryan, Alex is kind of the worst because he's I'll be utilizing my +1, but then he also begs her to come back. So I don't know. He
wants to have his cake and eat it too, as they say.
Exactly.
We cut to Indy cleaning up her mess that she made while Ryan was on a week-long road trip. She's bent over the dishwasher in teeny tiny shorts when Ryan enters the kitchen in nothing but a towel. They banter back and forth a bit with Ryan grabbing a yogurt and reaching for a spoon trying to reach for a spoon. But Indy blocks him and asks Ryan if she thinks she's pretty. He tells her all the things he sees in her aside from her looks, and she finds she enjoys this much more than hearing him say she's pretty. There's like a flirty, romantic thing happening in this chapter. She ends up wrapping her arms around his neck under the guise of pretending, and he starts peppering her neck with kisses and hoists her up on the counter. He then slides his thumb up her inner thighs and tells her that she doesn't want to play this game with him. She's confused, but he bops her on the nose with the spoon that he had snuck from the drawer when he was distracting her. To answer her confusion, he tells her he's celibate.
So Ryan doesn't be thugging. He just takes care of himself.
Yeah, he's been celibate, I think, for 2 years at this point.
What?
Pound Town.
I did that last week. Oh, wait. Never mind. This went left. Oh, okay.
What'd you do?
What did you do? You were bent over the dishwasher in teeny tiny shorts? Okay, so
Moving on.
Oh, that's what I thought.
That's what we thought.
I forgot to mention that both of these clowns can't stop thinking about the fake kiss. So though Ryan is at a team dinner at this fancy-ass restaurant in Chicago, it's literally all he can think about. You're not Tony. Stop it.
You could never be Tony. Never. Maybe.
It's been 11 days since they've kissed, since they've seen each other, and he's chomping at the bit to see her. So he texts her mid-team dinner about her planning the bridal shower for her awful friend. She tells him it's going okay, and he tells her team dinner is not going well. She tells him she won't be home when he gets home, and he's disappointed. Ethan explains to Ryan that team dinner didn't go well because the point is team bonding, and it's hard for the team to bond when the team is so scared of Ryan. Because he's terrifying. They end up parting ways. Ryan goes home to build a bookshelf that he purchased for Indy, and right as he finishes it, Stevie calls him to tell him that she needs a favor in the form of him picking Indy up from a date with a creep.
Not a creep. So we cut to the date that Indy is on, and the date is talking about himself. The entire team... I quit.
She's done.
I'm done. All right. We cut to Indy. She's on the date. The date has been talking about himself the entire time and trying to get Indy to drink more and more. The bartender is a woman who notes the behavior and doesn't enable it. At one point, the guy's like, get her another gin and tonic, and the bartender just ends up getting her like tonic water. So they're on this date. The guy keeps trying to like feel up her leg, and she doesn't like it at all. Well, we then cut to Ryan, who walks in, and it's with the intent to cause a scene. He's mad as hell. The date tries to joke about Ryan Shay stealing his date, but Ryan tells him she was never his to begin with. Even though he's hurt and angry, Ryan still opens the door for Indy. He's just mad that she even thought about going on this random date that she met on Tinder.
Ryan's a real Southern gentleman, too.
He's just angry. In the apartment, she tells him the date was to get Alex out of her system. She really just wants to get off because she hasn't been able to get off since they broke up. He yells at her to take care of it herself because sex isn't supposed to be meaningless. She tells him she has an orgasm in 8 months, and he's on her. He pins her up against the wall and kisses the shit out of her while coaxing her to dry hump his leg. She gets momentarily distracted by the bookshelf he built for her. Like, she's in the moment, and then she's like,
what's that?
Is that a bookshelf? But
look at us getting distracted by the bookshelf, too.
But she ends up climaxing harder than she thought possible by continuing to dry hump his leg. He tells her the next time she needs help, she needs to come to him.
And then we're on the road again. I don't know or care where, in a good way. Ryan is holed up in his hotel room watching game tape when his hotel phone rings. It's Ethan telling him to join the team in the private bar. He's reluctant, but then when his cell phone starts to ring with a call from Indy, he hangs up on Ethan and answers. She also encourages Ryan to go to this bar. She called him to tell him she was checking off an item on her bucket list. They end up talking about a party that's coming up soon that Ryan needs a date for, and he tells her to take Stevie out and buy them both new dresses. Indy is blissfully ignorant on what this could mean and tells Ryan she's also getting new shoes. On him.
She does warn him that she is an expensive girlfriend, so He's aware.
He's like, yeah, so I got it. I'll pay for you and Stevie. Get whatever you're getting, including the shoes. He has a surprisingly nice time at the bar, forgetting that he promised Indy proof of a good time and not responding to her for over an hour. She pretends not to know who he is when he does, like, text her. The banter ensues. We end with Indy telling Ryan to have fun with his right hand tonight, and Ryan offering to hang with the rookie to build him up and make him less afraid of Ryan. Sorry, that was hard. Oh, do you like my notes for this?
Yes.
I was going to bed when I typed the next chapter.
I will do my best. I will do my best. So the next chapter starts with Indy and Ryan getting ready to go to this party. And at the very last second before they walk out, Ryan tells Indy that Stevie is getting engaged. And she's like, what? Holy shit. It turns out Stevie and Xanders, who are from book 1, were on a private jet, and he proposed to her. And then they joined the Mile High Club. So they get to the party. Stevie and Xanders walk in. Everybody's celebrating. They're all drinking. They end up dancing the night away. She dances with Ryan for a little bit, and then he decides he's had enough with dancing. So she then starts to dance with Rio, and she decides she wants Rio to help make Ryan jealous. So they start like dirty dancing, but it only lasts for like maybe 20 seconds before Ryan comes over and he's like, "Excuse me."
That's my girl.
That's my girl. I will be cutting in now. Let's see. So they're having a good night. I don't know if they end up kissing.
I don't know either.
While they're there.
I don't remember.
I think they wanted to, but something happens and they're interrupted. They end up getting into a car with a lot of other party goers, and Indy ends up sitting on Ryan's lap. When a seat opens up, she tries to move, and he's like, no, stay here. They then enter the apartment awkwardly, and Indy has had a really long day. I think she might have flown in that morning.
She did, I think.
Indy quietly asks Ryan to unzip her dress and then adds, "Will you help me?" Because she decides she wants to get it on. I think at this point, Ryan had started walking to his room, and she's like, "Will you help me?" And he's like, "Fucking finally."
He's already unzipped her dress, and like he's walking back to his room, and she's just standing there like holding her dress up. And then she's like, "But will you help me?"
Wink, wink.
She wants him to take her to her room to do the deed, but he takes her to the couch instead. He tells her she's going to make herself come, even though she wants him to. It's basically a whole other masturbation scene where they're tiddling their own bits together. When they finish, he freaks out. He has issues with sex because of the whole, like, girlfriend, fake pregnancy. She
also tells him to come on her chest.
Yeah.
And that, like, totally makes him panic.
Yeah. The last woman that he thought that he loved was just a user trying to get child support out of him. So he goes to his room after this is done without looking back.
The next morning, Indy wakes up and she is feeling awful, like full-on fever, flu symptoms, and all that. Unfortunately, though, it's the day of Maggie's bridal shower, so she has a shitload of work to do. Indy's the type who will do all of the party planning, buy all of the things, thinks of every little detail, so she was recruited for this job. Stevie, though, has jumped in to help set everything up, and Indy feels awful because Stevie literally just got engaged the night before, but Stevie's like, it's fine, I needed a break from all of the celebratory sexing we'd been doing, so I will come help. Maggie ends up confronting Indy about being with Ryan and how she's awful for not getting over what happened with Alex. Again, they still think that she should be with Alex and just forgive him for what he's done. Stevie at some point messages her brother and tells him that Indy is sick, so he storms to this party, walks in, and literally carries Indy home. He sets her up in his room and makes her homemade vegetable soup while she naps. After she showers in his bathroom, he brushes and braids her hair, telling her nothing is fake anymore. She decides to confront him about leaving her last night, and he tells her he's fucked up. They decide to table the conversation until Indy is feeling better. Indy tells us she is glad that Alex treated her terribly because it's opened her up to being accepted for her true self.
So the next chapter is a whole lot of basketball, and I don't get it because I'm not a basketball fan. But the point is, Ryan injures a knee in this chapter, and he tells us that he knows he's fucked.
He said, "Ah, yes, child support. This is a relatable book."
Ah, yes, we know.
I love all the hearts.
All from him. Wow. Thanks, Rigo. I know it's you sending us all the hearts.
We appreciate it.
I'm going to read the next chapter,
That's
too.
fine. I approve.
Yeah. Indy leaves the flight. She's prepared to work when she finds out about Ryan from Xander's in Rio. So she's like taken over as lead flight attendant for the Raptors, and she's prepping the cabin for takeoff. Z and Rio come on, tell her, like, have you heard the news? And she's like, no, what? And they're like, Ryan got hurt in his game. So she like bolts off the flight, telling the other flight attendants that they got it. She meets Stevie at the hospital, which is a madhouse. Reporters, paparazzi, coaching staff, all that in the hospital. And she realizes that she and Stevie are the only ones there who care about Ryan as a person, as opposed to Ryan, basketball superstar. Mm-hmm. We find out that he didn't tear his ACL, but he's going to be out of the game. That's the word, the game. For
I'm not reading along.
For a month. He finally goes home and tries to immediately sneak off to his room, but Indy's like, where are you going? Have a seat on the couch, please.
Nurse Indy here.
Nurse Indy here. Stevie tells them she'll be back once she's had his prescriptions filled. Ryan doesn't want anyone to see him like this and is super emo about his injury. It was really lame. He finally tells Indy that he's not used to feeling human and wanting things he hasn't allowed himself to have. She doesn't understand what he means, and he kisses her palm and asks her if he can explain it to her.
So Ryan finally tells her about Marissa, who was his girlfriend, got pregnant. He thought it was his, but it turned out the baby wasn't his, and how he spent 2 years severely depressed after finding out he was played. It turns out Marissa had another boyfriend that she was sleeping with. He knocked her up, and they're like, you know what? We'll just play this off as if Ryan's the father, and then we'll get a lot of child support for 18 years and just live off of that.
Because clearly, even though they were in college, Ryan was going places.
Yes. But after the baby popped out and Ryan was there, he knew instantly that the baby was not his.
Yeah, and the boyfriend was also sitting in the waiting room, like, scowling at Ryan the whole time.
It was very odd.
I was like, oh, okay.
How does this work? Indy thinks he views her living with him as her using him, so she breaks the news that her insurance is now going to cover fertility treatments, so she doesn't need to live with Ryan any longer. And I felt like this was kind of a knee-jerk reaction to something that was said, but we went with it.
Yeah.
And Ryan wants to tell her how he feels, but Stevie, his sister, has ended up walking into the apartment and has seen Indy sitting in Ryan's lap having this serious conversation, so it kind of messes up the whole vibe. Indy jumps out of his lap and tells Stevie to stay, because at this point Stevie's like, I'm just gonna go. Like,
she's like,
I don't want to see this.
I'm gonna leave.
And Indy's like, no, stay. So Stevie sits down, and Ryan is left thinking about how to convince Indy that she doesn't fall into the same category as everyone else.
Ryan still has to show up while the guys practice, only he's being poked and prodded by the team's doctors and physical therapists while they practice. After practice, Stevie gives him a ride home, and they chat about Indy. He feels like he needs V's permission to feel for Indy, but she tells him there's no two people she trusts more to look after one another than Ryan and Indy. When he enters the apartment, Indy's on video with her mom, and there's a bunch of folding tables set up around the apartment. She's prepping for a team dinner that Ryan had canceled. She reached out to Ethan and was like, hey, uncancel that. We're doing it. It goes so well. And he has to force Indy to sit down and eat because, once again, Indy is the person who plans and does everything and doesn't allow herself to enjoy the time. Everyone seems to love seeing Ryan as less of a recluse. He even offers to help his replacement fill his shoes while he's out. I'm going to turn the light on because I can't really read on this. It's getting dark in here.
The sun is setting.
I know. Don't look at my butt, everyone.
Don't look.
Don't look.
Watch that cord. Oh, you got it. Okay. All right. So Indy flees the apartment when it's only Dom and Ethan. Like, she plans her escape and is out. She doesn't go far, simply deciding to give Ryan space by staying with Z and V, who I think live across the street.
They do.
She's there getting ready for bed when Ryan makes his way over. He's like, no, like, why are you here? You don't live here. You live with me. They start having a conversation in the hallway with Z and V kind of like listening in. Yep. Much to Z's excitement. He like makes this, I don't know what exactly Ryan was saying, but it was along the lines of them having a relationship, and Z is like, oh yeah, we're family. We are family. He asked her to come home, and she agrees, and he tells her he will carry her out of here if he has to, but is working with an injury, and hopefully it would just be easier if she agrees. Red flag number 1. Sorry. We'll table this for later. Once in the apartment, he picks her up and throws her on his bed before proving he is, in fact, an eater.
Yes.
And thumps the mattress while he goes down on her.
Hey, microtropes that I love, when men go down on their women and hump the mattress. I don't know why. I've read so many books where that happens.
So, friends and family, hump the mattress, okay? All right, she returns the favor after pointing out that physical touch must be his love language.
So proud. Yes. Yeah, you heard it here first. So obviously, they get down to business in this chapter. Indy's on top.
Let's
to be
get
mindful. They gotta be mindful of Ryan's injury. So Indy's on top. We're gonna spare you most of the dirty deeds here because we know that Ryan. You gotta know, Rico. This is for you specifically.
Listen up.
Ryan has the biggest wiener she's ever had. And she tells him to go slow because of this. Also, they do practice safe. They do practice safe sex.
Hold on, I gotta hit this to continue.
Oh, yep.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Get in there!
Yeah. Okay. So they do practice. They do practice safe sex because Ryan asked Dom for a condom before team dinner ended.
He knew Pound Town would be upon them.
Yeah, he knew it was coming.
What do you say?
No, there's no small wieners in these books. I'm so sorry.
We're
Kelly and I are gonna write it.
It's going to be called Shrimp for Shrimp Deck, okay?
Yeah, sorry. No one has a shrimp wiener in this.
Never.
Hate to break it to you.
Shock of shocks. We are at another basketball game. Indy is watching for the first time, knowing where she and Ryan stand. Even though Ryan isn't playing, he is still there, almost coaching his replacement through what to look for on the court. The team ends up winning thanks to Ryan being the leader he was before Marissa ruined him. Indy is waiting for him outside of the locker room, and he tells her this is exactly where she's meant to be and that she looks good wearing his last name. They are mid-makeout when the GM approaches and tells Ryan this is exactly the type of leader he was looking for. On the court, not mid-makeout session.
Yeah, not like out here macking on his girlfriend.
Then he tells him to get back to it, and he hopes to see Indy in Phoenix. As they're walking out to the waiting bus, Alex, who is on another stakeout, grabs Indy's arm, telling her they need to talk because she owes it to herself. And this is one thing that I don't think we've mentioned. Her and Alex have known each other for like 22 years.
Basically their whole lives.
Yeah, they dated for the last 6. So he's like, you owe this to yourself because you've known me for this long and we were in love for this long. Ryan isn't happy about it, but doesn't intervene too much. Indy tells him that she'll be fine. They end up sitting on the curb and Ryan watches them as he rides off into the sunset on the bus. He calls her once the bus that's taking them to the airport gets there and checks on her. He essentially tells her that he's going to give her space to process even though he doesn't want to and now is unsure where they stand. And when he calls Indy, she's crying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he thinks that she is upset and wants to be with Alex for some reason. Silly boys.
Always doubting himself.
Silly boys.
Indy tells us all about how much she adores Ryan leading up to the game in Phoenix. She talks about how unaffected she was by the chat with Alex and points out that she was feeling overwhelmed with this knowledge when Ryan called her. Courtside, she watches the players pair up with children who made the dean's list at their school. There are photos when the incentive is over, and Ryan and the photographer both try to get the girl that he was paired up with to turn to the photographer, but it's no use. And this is when Indy realizes that the little girl is also deaf. She watches as Ryan realizes too and starts carefully signing to this little girl. Indy is once again overwhelmed because she and Caroline had just been talking about quiet love, and Indy is witnessing that exact thing in this moment. She tells us that no one has ever bothered to attempt to learn to communicate with her father, and then she runs to the bathroom and sobs her heart out. When she comes out...
Phoebe Buffet run.
Yeah. When she comes out, she knows there's no way it will go unnoticed that she was crying. Ryan immediately clocks it and asks her if she's okay. She tells us she has to hold herself back from screaming that she loves him. Before halftime, she does have to leave, telling us that the sooner she gets back to Chicago, the sooner she can tell Ryan that she loves him. She has to go because the Raptors are playing an away game.
Yeah. And I think Ryan's away for much of the next chapter, and he avoids all of Indy's phone calls, which annoyed me.
Yeah, me too.
Again. She texts V asking for an update. V tells her that he's insecure about his feelings. We then get to Maggie's wedding.
Which is like the first time that they've seen each other in a while.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't even know if Ryan is going to hold up his end of the deal and show up for this wedding.
Yeah. So he gets to think about what he's going to do for, like, I think the 2-hour drive to where the wedding is taking place. When he walks into the wedding, he, like, ends up sitting in the back and tries to hide because he is super famous.
Yeah.
And people start seeing him and trying to take pictures of him. The wedding starts, and as the procession is going down, like, he sees Indy and how beautiful she is, and she stands up in the front, and he sees Alex, who's also in the wedding party, like, eye fucking Indy. And Indy's, like, looking through the crowd to try and find Ryan. When she finds him, she only has eyes for him, and it was really super cute. After the wedding is over, Ryan decides he's going to hide because he doesn't want to be ambushed by any of the party guests, and the wedding party has, like, their hour worth of photos happening. So he's like, I'm just gonna hide. Indy ends up finding him, and I think this is when she tells him that she loves him.
Yeah, they have their grand gesture speech moment.
Their grand gesture speech moment. They then go into the reception where at every turn, if Indy and Ryan are together, Maggie needs Indy for something, or the wedding party needs her for something, but they keep dragging her away. Finally, Indy confronts Maggie about wanting her there for her, not because she has an ulterior motive. She tells Maggie that she's happy for her and she looks beautiful, but she's like, I'm not going to just do this anymore. Like, if you want to be my friend, but I'm not here for Alex.
Yeah, you can't have us both.
Yeah. She asks Ryan to take her home, and they first go to her hotel room where they end up getting it on before leaving to go home.
Yeah, so they make it back to the hotel room to gather Indy's things. She asks him about sign lessons, and he tells her that he's been learning since the week that he met her parents from her mom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I cut to this part in my chapter. My bad.
And that he's taking a class and absolutely crushing it. He wants to learn because he wants to be the one to tell her dad that he loves her when it's time. This makes her emo. And I said, same. But he tells her that it's the bare minimum for someone to learn to communicate with her loved ones. Then he takes her to Pound Town. He's very bossy in this chapter, domineering, some might even say.
Yes,
he tells her she has to ask for what she wants and offers her plenty of praise. He also demands that she come 3 times before he finally does.
And at this point, I just imagined Alex outside of the hotel room crying against the door and being like, she can't come anymore.
He slides down the wall.
Yeah, it's just tears rolling down his face.
And Ordinary is playing in the background.
Yes. She can't come anymore.
She can't come anymore. It's the Gary that meme that I made.
Stop it. Sorry, spiraling. All right. Indy stays consistent with the daily updates for Stevie, telling her about how Ryan almost split her in half last night. Stevie says she thought these updates would end once the pair were official, but Indy promises they will never stop. There's some chatter about Stevie and Xander's wedding and Indy being asked to be in the wedding party. She wants nothing more. Ryan comes home and breaks the news that he's back in the lineup for the game tonight and that Morgan's offered up their courtside seats for Indy, Z, and V. Indy dashes off to her bedroom, now a walk-in closet because she's started staying in Ryan's room, to find something to wear.
All right, so we are in a must-win situation. They have to win 4 of the next 5 games to make it to the playoffs. Ryan warms up, and then when the starting lineup is announced, he runs courtside to fist bump Z, kiss V's cheek, and tell her he loves her, and then kiss Indy to tell her he loves her too, focusing on something besides the impending game for once in his career. And Z is like, Excuse me, don't you love me too? Where's my kiss?
Come here, big boy.
He does have a moment of panic on the court where he tries to play safe, but ends up going for a dunk anyway. He's fouled, and the ref doesn't call it, so Indy berates him from the sidelines, and the Devils end up winning by 3.
She's like, stay away from my boyfriend.
Doesn't have quite the same ring to it as husband.
All right, so Ryan reads some of Indy's spicy book. She's reading it when he gets home, and then he takes it and he starts reading some ridiculousness. And he talks about this, being like a good play-by-play?
Yeah.
At this time, though, they are interrupted because Kai Rhodes, the baseball superstar from earlier in the book, starts knocking on the door. Indy is afraid to put to words how much she wants to be a mom and how badly she wants that with Ryan, because Kai is there and wants the two of them to babysit, because every nanny that he has for his child, he ends up firing because they're not good enough.
Yeah.
So he's in a bind and needs a babysitter for the night. So when Indy sees the boy and how Ryan is with the baby, she's like, oh, I want this for myself.
They had also babysat the little boy before. So she was like, I just don't want him to see like how much I want to be a mom. I don't want to scare him.
And there was talk about Ryan wanting to have kids. So we were both a little confused as to why she'd think that. Maybe it's just her overthinking or something.
I guess. Basketball team loses their next game, and then Ryan finds a pregnancy test positive in his apartment. Brittany is positive it's Stevie's, and if it's not, don't read this part.
It's like on the floor.
Yeah, like,
and he randomly is like, "What is this doing?"
And he spirals when he finds it.
All right, so now we are on to the third act conflict, all because of failure to communicate like adults. Indy wants to tell Ryan that her parents were coming to visit, and instead they argue over the pregnancy test, which is not Indy's. Indy like walks in, and Ryan won't even look at her.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's this?"
He's being a little baby about it.
Being a little bitch.
Yeah.
So he thinks she's trying to trap him.
Yeah.
Into 18 years of child support, and she's like, no, the fuck?
She's like, no, the fuck? I love you, you stupid idiot. Anyway.
I don't know what that is.
She starts yelling at him. He blacks out, so he didn't hear her screaming, I'm not pregnant. Brittany was right. It is V who's pregnant. She tells Ryan that she needs to talk to Indy first because she needs to make sure she's okay. She also tells Ryan that he'll be an amazing dad when that time comes. They talk about the Marissa issue and how Ryan freaked out about that. And this whole while, Indy goes, and I'm jumping into the next chapter a little bit. She leaves the apartment, and she's like, I'm not going to go stay with V and Z because that's where Ryan will look for me. I'm going to Rio's.
Yeah. So she flies.
She fleds to Rio's.
She fleds to Rio's. Stevie tracks her down. They end up having a chat. Ryan also shows up because obviously she's not at Z&V, so where else could she be but her BFF Rio's house? Rio declines letting him in, which breaks his little heart because he is the biggest Ryan fan. Ryan then threatens Rio that he better make her the perfect cup of coffee, and tells her how to do so. And then that night he ends up sleeping in Rio's driveway, which again, very annoying. Because Indy said she needed space, so get the fuck out of the driveway. Sorry. They talk the next morning with Indy telling Ryan she won't beg him for the future she wants. He tells her he's not him. She tells him she's not coming home tonight and sends him on his way, knowing that the coffee she desires, because Rio's coffee was literal shit, will be delivered in 30 minutes.
So not only does he tell her exactly how to make... No, he doesn't only tell Rio exactly how to make the cup of coffee. He's like, this is everything that you need to do to take care of her. And he like outlines, like, she's vegetarian. She doesn't do this. She likes this. Don't do that.
Yeah. I think he sent groceries to the house as well.
Yeah, he did. So...
But Rio's never made coffee, so he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I think there were like grounds in with the iced coffee.
She's like...
like chewing it.
So in the next chapter, Indy is at the fertility clinic and she is by herself. This is where she learns finally that her insurance does not cover what she needs and that it was paid in full in December. And she's like, well, the only person who could afford to pay for my fertility treatments in full is Ryan
is a pro basketball player with all the monies, honey.
that he doesn't spend ever on anyone, including himself.
No, this man has 4 plates, 4 cups,
Yeah.
4 forks, 4 knives.
Just 4. 4. That's all he needs.
That's all he needs. Psychotic.
Rio makes her change her clothes, telling her they're meeting with his broker so that she can look at an apartment. In reality, they go to, I'm assuming, Lake Forest, Illinois.
I put that in my notes too.
I was like, it's Lake Forest. And the broker locks her in a house that Ryan had bought for them in January, because it's discussed that they go outside of the city. And I was like, well, the only place that professional athletes live outside of Chicago is Lake Forest.
Right.
I know it's Lake Forest. Liz.
Even though it's on farmland, it's fine.
Liz, am I right? Is it Lake Forest?
Tell us. Leave a
Tell
comment
us.
below.
We know you're in the chat. Leave us a comment. She asks him why he paid for her treatments, because she didn't want anyone paying for them. He said if it's going to be his... No, not if. He says it's going to be my family too, so I don't count. And then he leaves her alone in their house.
Yeah, so this man has purchased a house.
He
Has
doesn't ever spend
tricked-
his money.
Has tricked this realtor into bringing Indy there. And then he's cooking breakfast when she arrives. And then he was like...
Yeah, and...
we'll get into that later,
we're gonna
okay?
Hey, stay tuned, because Kelly and I are going to fight.
Yeah. In the next chapter, it's very short. Stevie brings Indy her car to the house, and they chat about the future. Indy gives Stevie a new daily update. We're doing this... I thought I had something on my leg, sorry. We're doing this forever.
This meaning this life, you're going to be at my house all the time. We're going to be sisters, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
All right, so we're at a press conference where Ryan finally breaks his mask and tells the reporters exactly what he's thinking instead of being perfect Ryan Shay. He also confesses that he was faking with Indy at first, the GM, who finds the whole thing hilarious. He tells Ryan that his wife really loves Indy and the dinners have to continue during the off season. Ryan's like, okay, cool. You can come to our house. We'll host.
All right. The Devils win the last game they need to win to cinch their seat in the playoffs. When Ryan comes out of the family area, once the game is over, he only sees Stevie and Z there. He's a little disappointed on his way home to the apartment, finding the drive lonely. And here's the thing. When they bought the house, he had only moved Indy's stuff into the house.
Yeah,
all of his stuff was still in the apartment. So she pulls a little Uno reverse card because when he gets to the apartment, it's completely empty. She has moved all of his stuff to the house. He knows immediately what Indy has done. He sees just how much work she's gotten done in the last 3 days. So then he gets in the car and drives to the house. They have a chat about their new rent agreement, which is basically just Indy telling him that she's a needy bitch who needed to be told multiple times a day that he loves her, and she will accept a greenhouse in terms of payment. Once they've settled their argument, essentially he carries her upstairs and makes sweet, sweet love to her raw. Once they're done, like they're literally done. They're like getting up, like there's stuff like dripping down her leg, and somebody's at the door, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Stephen Z must be here." Stevie and Xander's.
No, he's confused, and Indy's like, "Oh, by the way, we're hosting a party because y'all won your basketball game."
Surprise! Let's see. Indy's parents are also coming.
And she didn't tell him, so he's meeting them for the first time.
Yeah, so he is going to ask the father for his blessing to marry her. And then once the parents get to the house, the dad has given Ryan his own little name sign.
Yeah, he gets his sign name, which is, do you remember what it was?
I think it's like protector.
It was.
And the R sign. Yeah, it was super sweet.
Yep. And so the epilogue flashes forward 4 years later, and all that I wrote in my notes is it's just the couples and talk of the children that they have. So Ryan and Indy were not able to conceive when they did it the one time. So they had to do the frozen egg like embryo route, and they only got one viable embryo, so they only have one child. But did they adopt one too?
They adopted one too, and they're only like 6 months apart.
Yeah, so they're like twins, but not really.
Yeah.
And then Stevie and Xander's have one child, and they will only have one child because she's their perfect little angel baby.
Yes, that's all they need.
And that's all they need. So, what's your rating?
I think I gave it 4 stars.
And I gave it 4.25, and it was a 1 out of 5 for horniness for me.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And then, do you want to fight now?
I just want you to explain why you like Ryan.
I like Ryan a lot because I think that he's very soft, but I also think that he needs to go to therapy like Xander's.
Okay.
So I don't think that he's like, no male main character is perfect by any means, except for Dr. Jacob Maddox, and you can fight me on that. But I think that I was really swayed by him with his like learning the sign language to communicate with the dad in secret, and like developing a bond with her parents without her knowing. And I don't know. I think that he was so sweet.
I think he was sweet, but I think he had a lot of red flags.
Oh, I mean, for sure. I'm colorblind, but like.
Here's the thing. This is me being very literal, like taking this as if it's a real life relationship.
Yeah.
I get that it's a book, so I should just let the sweetness overtake me, but I cannot.
She won't let the sweetness overtake her.
And here's why. So, reasons why Ryan makes her crazy. First, he loses his shit over a pregnancy test he thinks is Indy's. Indy then leaves him and tells him that she needs time, and then goes to stay with Rio. While she's at Rio's house, Ryan wants to see her, but Rio lets him know she's not ready. When Indy wakes up the next day, Ryan is sleeping in his car outside. First red flag.
He left her alone. He just was waiting for her.
If I need space, fucking go home. Don't wait outside, because then I feel like I'm trapped. I remember Alex like waiting for her?
Yeah.
And how Ryan hated that?
Yeah.
Now he's doing it.
Let him do what he wants to do. He's a millionaire. A multi-millionaire.
Then he has Rio essentially kick Indy out and tell her that she can't live there anymore, and that Rio himself has booked an appointment with a realtor to go look at places.
She didn't want to stay there anyway.
Indy wanted to live in the city, yet she's taking 30 minutes north to fucking Lake Forest.
Yes. I would too. And
in
you know
front
what?
of a fucking mansion, and told to go inside. That's not in Indy's price range, for one. She enters the house, and Ryan's cooking with his back to her, doesn't even turn around and greet her. Which brings us to our second red flag. And we also learned that he decided to purchase this house months ago without her consent. Indy has her MBA. I want to point that out. She's good with numbers. She's good with finances. I feel like this is something that she may want to be part of.
True. Okay.
I mean, perhaps
Kelly,
there's a
you're
way.
ruining my life. Oh my God.
Perhaps there's a way that she could talk down
what
the
else?
owner. Let's see. Let me scroll. And then he pays for her fertility treatments before they're even together. Yes, that's nice, but
You didn't know. I mean, okay.
but also, like, ask for my permission. I may have had trauma, though. Maybe that's why.
Kelly's not used to men being nice to her.
No, my husband's really nice to me.
Well, yeah, but like...
I have been in relationships where men tried to love bomb me.
Me too.
To get something out of it.
For sure.
But it really got on my freaking nerves. And like making financial decisions without me being part of it.
Okay, I agree. I will agree with that. But why do you think that Xander's is better? All he did was adopt the fucking dog.
I don't know. Xander's just seemed pretty chill.
No, he was very cocky and arrogant.
But he seemed chill with Stevie at the same time. I didn't go back and read.
I appreciated the...
Her husband's really nice. Take it back right now.
I wasn't talking about him. Okay, you know,
datum. Okay?
First of all, her husband fed me a chip out of his hand.
When?
You don't remember that? When? Remember he was like this, and I was like, and then I looked at you and I was like, sorry.
I do not recall.
Oh yeah. So yeah. When? Stay away from him. This was within the last 2 years. This was within like the last 2 years.
Oh, I don't
So crazy.
I don't remember, but I'm not surprised.
Okay, but like, I think that I liked Ryan because he was very humble and just like genuinely nice. Z was cocky and a fucking asshole for a lot of the book.
I don't know. I felt like Ryan was an asshole too.
In his own way.
To everybody but.
Yes, but that's what I like.
Okay.
In books. I don't like that in real life.
All right.
I don't like that in real life because I am not married to a black cat man. I am definitely married to a golden retriever.
Same.
Golly. Anyway, that was the right move. Don't forget to join the Smut Clurb. Follow us on the TikTok, the YouTube, the Spotify.
She likes it too.
That's right, Carissa. She agrees with me.
I have too much trauma, so I hate it.
I don't know why I
hate
chose
it.
to host this podcast with her. She is such a party pooper. I'm just kidding. We always have so much fun.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, our next episode is already recorded. It will be out in 2 weeks. There is a moment where I laugh so hard there are literal tears in my eyes.
Yes, it was fun.
It was fun. So stay tuned for that. We are diving into a harem next time. Don't forget to join the Smut Clurb. Like I said, read Game On with us, and we'll see you all so soon. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for being here. Bye.
How do we work this
Bye.
thing?
I think you pressed the power button.
Okay, bye. For now. Okay, love you. Bye.
Oh, this didn't stop. End stream.